Philosophically, what does Superman represent to people?
A friend, and that's what people really need most. They don't need a strong arm, one-man vigilante force. They need a friend.
There's something really, really good about Superman, innately. He's like a milestone or a rite of passage for the era of the times. See the best of what we can imagine. And I imagine that expectations are a hell of an overhead, but it's a strength to why that symbol is worth its weight in decades. It's pretty remarkable when you consider how quickly the world is receding, as if we're all looking up for one red streak in the sky tomorrow. It'd be pretty nice to imagine if the world had Superman, and I don't think it's wrong to have expectations anymore, not even high, incredible expectations. How can you not? There's always something really, really good about Superman, in the innateness of him. It's an optimistic fantasy, and Gunn is all about those, which briefly eclipses my next point of simply, why does the world need Superman? It doesn't take much past that point to see the cascade of rationales for something so innate, for someone so imaginary. Hope, and chance, and mercy, mostly. Humanity mistakes the strength of mercy, but it remains Superman's most patient power, and sometimes hope is that concrete. I remember that reaching towards the better days, the immovable morality required round the clock, routinely, recursively. It's exhausting to confide it in a world with hundreds of thousands of small veneers all selling different versions of the same routines, and everywhere you look, there's something still unspoken about hope, and chance, and mercy, mostly. That's primarily where Superman leans, at least for me. And in all honesty, it's enough for me. It's how Alex Ross draws the grace of lighting and its gentleness. How Frank quietly drubbed Clark Kent into innocence with one panel and an oversized suit off the rack. It's why the classics never blend against the noise of a busy backlog, and in between all the artists, there is just this ideal of Superman, to the very core of his innateness as the circadian rhythm of a world where hope wins. That's the counterbalance to this less than fantastical space we call home, and oddly the most exciting part for me, anyway. It's the fictional friction from affiliation that's so attractive to me, the proximity to an ideal ex machina that's just as good as it shouldn't be, just as innocent and humble as it sounds. And there's something really, really good about Superman. I remember when he lifted 200 quintillion tons, and the time he calmed a priest right before sundown, or when he found the mercy within Warworld's worst offenses, because all of that is where this growing innateness blends into the threads of the hope and chance and mercy. The patience to keep these close to the chest, imbued into that symbol, like an optimistic fantasy for the naive and the courageous. Sometimes life can be a bit hopeful and worth the better days ahead, and that's where I hope this Superman goes, where James Gunn leads all of us. This is not the Avengers anymore. This is about the desire for the Odyssey of tomorrow, through goodness and hope and chance. To bear any pain as long as it has meaning is the innateness of good. And it's a symbol for Superman, and for that, I am innately optimistic. We all need to believe in a Superman, and there's something good about hoping for hope. You gotta be bullish on it. And as always, thanks for watching.